She makes like video content of old games, like
I'm sorry,
Juggernaut.
baby.
If you're gonna have these conversations, can you please let me know?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They're being insanely loud.
I am. I'm sorry. I was too loud, guys.
I gotta feel in trouble.
I'm sorry. My wife wants to go to sleep. I'm sorry, guys.
The next one already we can plan way ahead of time, and based directly on the feedback that we were getting on the marathon on Friday, I think that we're going to change it up and do something differently. Okay, make it more refreshing, more interesting. Okay, so basically, here's the deal. Friday, we did a marathon, and the marathon was Retrothon. Okay, this was a retro-based marathon where we played games exclusively off of Nintendo Switch Online's expansion pack on the Switch 2. It was a good idea, and people had been telling me they were craving to see me play retro games, and so this basically satiated that craving, right? All day long, I played 10 different retro games spanning the length of Nintendo's existence and even the Genesis, including games like Battletoads and Double Dragon 2, racing games like F-Zero GX, classic FPS games like 007 GoldenEye. Wow, that one went well, didn't it? Just a good variety of stuff. We had fighting games. We had everything. Good stuff in there, right? Personally, I had a great time. It was relaxing. It was chill. I mean, the end of the marathon, we played Ninja Gaiden 1, got to the end of it again, and didn't have time really to really fully push and try to take on the final boss. Maybe we'll do that at some point in the future because now we're in prime position to kind of resume from World 6 and see if I can actually beat the game legit. But overall, I really liked this marathon. The feedback that I got was this. The marathon was good, but again, this is like the third marathon I've done in a year. People didn't like the way I did it. Allow me to explain. I put the power in the hands of the viewers, meaning the viewers were nominating games, voting on games, and then after a vote went down, I would play whatever game won the vote, reshuffle the cards, essentially, of the deck, do another poll, people would vote again, I'd play what won, reshuffle the deck, etc., right? So here's the thing. Even though people seem to like to have that level of input, they want to be interactive and have their vote count for something. Because of the nature of an event like that, it means that you never know what's going to happen, right? Like there were people who tuned into that Retrothon because they were hoping to see me play Luigi's Mansion on the GameCube. We did not play Luigi's Mansion on the GameCube because it never won a vote. It was in multiple votes, but it just never won, and therefore we never played it. Now, if you specifically showed up to that marathon, the wrong color here, I just realized. If you specifically showed up to that marathon to see Luigi's Mansion and it never happened, then you're probably upset, or maybe not upset, but disappointed, right? And I can understand that. I can totally understand that you wanted something, you showed up for it, it didn't happen, darn, right? Or the flip side of that. Maybe all day you were waiting for me to play Ninja Gaiden and you were hoping it would happen. Well, it didn't happen until the very end. Well, what if you couldn't be there for the very end, but you were there at the beginning? Well, you didn't get to see what you wanted. Now you're forced to watch it after the fact on demand, which, to be honest, is not the same effect as if you were there live and able to interact with me, right? I get it, okay? Here's the thing. Things are different, particularly now that there are no set goals. There's no milestones. There's nothing happening based on income or something else happening. It's just kind of, let's play it loose, right? Everything's always played loose now, which is a good thing in some respects. But if you're doing a marathon like this, and particularly people want to see something specific and, it doesn't happen, not so much. So the feedback I am overwhelmingly getting is this. We need to have an event that's planned ahead of time, that's locked in ahead of time, that we know what you're doing, we know when to show up, and we can see what we want to see rather than sit around all day and maybe not get to see what we want. Okay? So I hear you. In fact, overwhelmingly is the feedback that I got at the end of that marathon, since the next marathon event will be on my birthday, which will be April 6th. Okay? So it's for the record. Let's actually take a look. So April 6th is a Monday, which is actually rare that I would do a marathon on a Monday, but I'm actually going to do this marathon on my actual birthday. Okay? So on Monday, April 6th, I will be doing a marathon. It will be my birthday event. Okay? So during that marathon, there will be birthday festivities. I'll have special birthday animations and music and stuff to play. Will I have like cake? Maybe. I'll have to talk to my wife about that and see, do we want to order a cake? Does she want to make a cake? Some years she's actually made me a cake, but I think she might actually be working that day. I'm not sure. And so here's what we're going to do. All right. The feedback I got is, Phil, for once, it's your birthday. All right. You choose. If you want to do a Mega Man marathon, do a Mega Man marathon. If you want to play a certain kind of game, play that game. Do whatever it is you want to do because it's your birthday. So control the event. Don't put it in the hands of the viewers that it's uncertain and indecisive and no one knows what we're doing. Just lock it in. Okay? So I think perhaps that's what we're going to do. But the question is, what is it that I want to do? And the answer is, I'm not sure yet. Like I was thinking in my head, what would be a few things that I would like to do, right? Well, first off, a Finish 8 controller. So you won't know till you play more than one game, but I think that it actually is just an emulation and there's nothing can be really done to make it better. Just is what it is, right? Okay. Okay, so let's start the planning. We already know when the marathon is, April 6th. We already know what it'll be, my birthday event. We already know what's going to happen. I'm going to choose the game or games, and we'll lock them in and we'll know what we're doing ahead of time. But the question mark is, should it be one game or more games? Should it be a challenge run? You know, how do we do it? Let's figure that out. I don't want to spend the entire podcast talking about that, but I think it's something that we should work towards. I'm trying to make these marathons better for you guys, because the last two, I do feel like they were just more chill sessions rather than marathons people cared about. And to be honest with you guys, I think that the marathons don't feel special anymore because we're doing them all the time, right? Like, we're doing a marathon every month now. And so when you have a tough time deciding what to do for a marathon, it means that you're doing it too often and it's not special. So I think we're going to do this birthday marathon. And then after that, we're probably going to give it a break. We probably won't do another one for a while. We'll maybe wait a couple of months. I can tell you, here's the marathons we are absolutely doing in 2026. In July, Indivestance Day, because this is going to be something we're going to do annually on or around July 4th, because I don't actually know what day July 4th is this year. Let's see. July 4th is a Saturday. See, so if we do it on Independence Day, it'll actually be a day that normally I have off. But we could probably shuffle it around and still do it. So Indivestance Day, that's the day when the vests and the hats return. One day only a year on Indivestance Day. For every $50 that I raise on a stream, I put on a hat, then I put on a vest, then I put on a hat, then I put on a vest, and you vote on what ones we're doing, okay? And at the same time, I'm going to do that for a closet clean out. And what I mean by that is this closet is now completely messed up again. Seriously. Because of all the improvements to the studio that I did. There's boxes, there's clutter. We didn't get to the second half of the closet last year, which would have been all of my classic games collection, my decorations. That's the stuff we really need to get to. So my goal for Indivestance Day is, number one, to entertain you by being silly and wearing the hats and vests yet again, but also to clean the hell out of this closet so I can start using it efficiently, because right now I can't. It is a hideous mess, okay? So that will absolutely happen. That's number one. Number two, Halloween marathon. Number three, Christmas marathon. Those are all a lock and guaranteed to happen. Outside of that, anything we do in between, we can figure it out. Okay? Okay. But outside of that, like I said, one thing I want to do is the Mega Man Marathon. I want to have one final Mega Man Marathon where we wrap up all the classic Mega Man games. We got to figure out, when does that make sense? Because I'm thinking after the birthday marathon, we give it a rest. Like, let's not do one in May, right? Let's maybe bring it back in June, or maybe not even till like August or September. So that way we're not doing it all the time and it doesn't feel stale. But we'll talk more about it. So I'm getting a whole bunch of feedback and stuff going on. So hold on. We've got Roy. Just did a $2 super chat and says Hamilton watches from Resident Evil 9 are worth over $5,000 now. Well, I don't remember what the actual original price tag was. But that is pretty silly. Again, it seems like in the modern day, any collectible now is worth way too much. It kind of reminds me of like the early 90s. So in the early 90s, every single thing was a collectible that was worth money, right? Comic books were overpriced and overvalued. You had little freaking Wishnik trolls that were overvalued, that were collectibles, you know.